Alright, YouTube, I'm going to wrap up this repair work after the freeze, and next week we'll start a new project. Appreciate you hanging out with me. I really zapped through on this really quick, so at least you'll see what I did. Hey, YouTube. Alright, I don't know if this is going to show justice or not, but this is dry fitting the framework in front of the refrigerator and the heater, because that same paper coated chipboard. All right, YouTube. Well, several test fits with the dry fitting, but I've got everything now where it should be. So now it's going to be a matter of just taking it apart and screwing and gluing. So that's what we're going to do next. Once I get that all done, then I'll go in and sand it down, stain it, and get ready. So we're moving along on that. It'll be good to get this done. This will be the last part in the kitchen of the cabinets that have this chipboard, so it'll all be poplar. So hopefully I won't have another water leak again, but if I do, it's not going to swell up. So that's a good thing. Hey, you guys. All right, we're going to do our glue up. My clamp off here. I'm going to glue and screw all this together. Pretty boring stuff, but needs to be done. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, I want that to be on the other side. Yeah, let's do this. Just for now, hold this in place. There we go. Okay. All right. Big project's kind of hard for me in this little shop, but it can be done. So we got that all set in there now. What I do need, when I'm doing pocket holes, I always use this clamp because it does keep everything flush. And if you don't have it clamped, these screws tend to push the wood as they're going in, and you end up with a loose connection. Okay. Real nice and tight. All right, now we'll take this one and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to pull this thing in a little bit though. So I did have a little bit of a gap over on this side here. I do not want that. So we need to just pull that in just a little bit with this larger clamp. Here we go. Little bit of finesse. There we go. Now we're tightened in. Put this guy back on and drive it home. All right. That's all. Hey you guys, Jim here. You see me in the past use my centering ruler. I like a lot, works good. I just picked this up. This is a zero centering tape measure. It's kind of nice. I don't know if it's going to show up here, but the red shows you the center point from when you're measuring. So I need to find the center of this so I can get my two uprights put in for mounting the heater. So we'll just come across here, and the length here is 23 3/4, just shy of 23 3/4. And if I look at the red, it says 11 7/8. So now all I have to do is go over here to 11 7/8 and make my mark, and that's the center. So that's kind of nice. I don't have to go back and forth. I'm going to block your view for a second while I mark this. There we are. Right there is the center. So I kind of like this, and for certain things, because on the centering ruler you got to move it back and forth and look at either end to find the center point. And it works well. But for something like this, it would have been time consuming. This made it a lot faster. So kind of nice. Another way of finding the center of something. So I got to find that center point, and now I just got to find the width and put these two guys in. We'll screw and glue them in for the mount for the heater. And then I'll have this whole face frame ready to go. I've already sanded it with some 80 grit on the face. And then I'll move my way on down to 120 and then 220. I'll probably stop at 220. And then we'll stain it with the gel stain, because this is poplar. Poplar has a tendency to blotch. So a gel stain reduces that chance of it blotching. Hey YouTube, Jim here. All right, so we got our frame. We still got to put in a couple pieces here for the heater. but I need to do some sanding here and get this guy cleaned up. So that's what we're going to do here. So that's all it takes. And I won't bore you with that, but I'm going to sand that all down, and then we'll show you the install. All right, you guys. I think I'll call this one quits. I don't want to bore you. We'll get back to what I was doing on real other projects that are fun for you to do, but we've got our frame all stained up now for the RV, and I just wanted to be able to kind of show quickly where it is and what happened. Of course, you know, we did it all in pocket joinery, which is what I do on these kind of projects. So it's kind of all together. So now all we got to do is move on. So I appreciate you guys watching. I hope this was interesting. I had to get my living quarters all fixed up though, so I won't bore you with doing the install on this. I've got to do some brackets to hook it all in, but we'll get back to doing some projects here. So thank you again. I am recovered from the storm. It took a lot longer than I thought, and I hope everybody else is doing fine. See you guys in a bit. All right, we're going to try to end this series because it's boring, but anyway, here's the finished product, and it's going to go replace what's already there. Let's see down on the bottom if we'll be able to tell or not. Maybe we can. Yeah, see where it's all popped out and the paper's coming off. So we have the replacement front frame. Pretty much matches, so the stain worked out well. I got to make some brackets up in order to mount it, and the panels in that drawer. When I make the drawer, maybe I'll make that a video for it that goes in. It's going to go into here, but it's going to be a drawer size that will slide out this way and then be able to pivot down so you can see what's in there, because it's up pretty high. So I'll have it so it'll come out, drop down. So anyway, got to work on the refrigerator a little bit more. 32, 22 being the freezer. I'd like it to be a little cooler, but I'll work on that.